Hello and welcome to my review of Benn's new zombie album. This album has 17 songs on, but 5 of them are like story driven. Well, they're all story driven, but 5 of them are just like changing the time frame for them, so they're not really songs, they're just speech by Boop. But it's a very good album, but I'm gonna list through the tracks bit by bit so you can generally get a feel for the album, see how good it is. It was definitely worth my money, I think, but I'll get into the review now. The first track of his 17-song album is called Hellbeast, which is mostly done for the community instead of like actually for the story. You know, it sounds like it's for the story, but it is a very good song. It is extremely heavy, at least in my opinion. It's got more form of screaming in, which I do like. I don't like full screamer songs because they're kind of crap and you can't understand what they're saying. But this song is very good. It has an orchestra, I think, in it. I remember, I haven't really spoiled it yet. I've only listened to this album like 20 times, so I've still got to find out some shit that I haven't heard yet. But this is a very good song, definitely one of my favourites. Track 2 of his album is called Cold Dead Crows, and it's mostly about the people that were dicks or just generally annoying during the Henry Langham event. The people that were saying like, oh, it's not official or even that, even though it never claimed to be official. But it's a very good song, I think. Most of the songs on here are very good because they're really heavy, and I'm into the dark side of zombies, you know. Not really light stuff, you know. There's not much screaming here, which is good, but there still is some, even though I know Benn's not that into screamo, but it's a very good song. The chorus is really good, I think, but crows he normally referred to as the stupid people. I'm just gonna call them that because they shouldn't be called anything else. But yeah, the song is very good. Not so much heavy, but good. The lyrics are really cool. But next song. Track 4 on the album is a song that most of us will probably know. It's called Ascend. And on the album it's called Ascend feat. Crow, but that might be referring to Crowman, even though it's not the right spelling, but it might be just a joke or something, I don't know. But we all know Ascend. It's a good song. The lyrics mean a lot to the story, but I don't think it's changed in here because he couldn't get the drums in time, so he just kept the old version, but he says there's new Easter eggs in here. But I'm only on my 20th play, so I don't really know where the Easter eggs are, but good song. Track 6 is named Dissection, which is a very good song. It's about the events in Shangri-La. Not much happened in Shangri-La, so it's not really a song with much detail, so like, you can't really add much to something that didn't really happen. But it's a very good song. I like the chorus. It's really heavy. I know I keep saying that for the songs, but I'm really into heavy music, so this album was a real treat. I think it's none of that stupid stuff that is on War at War. I would say Black Ops. The War at War music was good, but Black Ops music is terrible. I mean, I'm not going to put it bluntly, it was really bad. My chair is squeaking. Yes, this is another one of my favourite tracks. And if it seems like I'm missing out one, it's because I'm going to call them interludes because I don't know what to call them. And you can't really review that because that explains itself, really. It's a story-driven album. It literally takes you through times, and that's what each one is. It's setting the new time frame. So if I'm missing out one, I'm not that stupid. I'm just not counting one. So the next song in his zombie album is called Drowning in Paris, which was originally written. I said written. Oh God, what fucking dude. Was originally written for Paris, or he called it capitalism. I don't really know why. Well, clearly he knows why. I'm just not smart enough to know. But it is a very good song. It's not really heavy. I would say it's laid back compared to the other ones on here. But there's some like piano-driven songs on here, but that changes pretty quickly. But yes, it's a very good song. There's an accordion in there. I think there's an orchestra. I don't know. I've only listened to it so many times. It is a very good song. He starts speaking French, which I think is pretty cool. Pretty talented to do that. Not many singers do that, they're really boring before they do. But overall it's a good song. I think it's quite well written for something that never happened. But knowing Benny is probably accurate with what he was claiming. So The next song on the album is called Eddie, and this should be one that we all know because it's a pretty memorable song. The old one wasn't really good because he was using vocoder, which is like auto-tune but not as cheap, like T-Pain shite. You know, when there's auto-tune you just think the guy clearly couldn't be asked to do a good take, but Benn, he couldn't physically do a good take at the time, at least that's what I remember from the video. But now there's no auto-tune, it's just really good takes snipped together for the chorus, so that's really cool, and it's more heavy. Now, I don't think Crowman's lyrics are, well, not lyrics, Crowman's echoes, I don't think they're in here, but it's still really good. It's heavy, it's a lot heavier than last time, and it comes in like really slow, instead of like this dropping you in like the last one did. But on to the next song. The next track on the album is called The Divided. It's mostly a piano song. It's still pretty good though. It kind of feels creepy, but it's not because it's got guitars in. But probably the most memorable part of the song for me, it leads into Albatron. Like, if you don't know what that is, it's the zombie map made by Hybrid that has Benn's song on, and if you don't know it, just like look on Play the Game Home on their SoundCloud. It's there. It's a really good song. It's like the same verse, or 2 lines. I don't know. It's not a song though. It's like, I don't know what to call it, but it's really good. It's heavy, and the lyrics are, I don't understand that. I'm quite stupid when it comes to stuff like this because Benn, he knows everything, to be honest. But it's a good song. The Divided, it's the first part of the Divider, which is the album exclusive. You can only get it if you purchase the whole entire album, which I did. I didn't even listen to the previews, I just knew that I needed to get it. I've been waiting for like 3 months now, so. It's 13 minutes long, the Divider, not the Divided, don't get mixed up. Still a good song though. I know I'm saying that to all the songs, but there's not a bad one on here. There's seriously not. This album is perfect, and people I love it. The next song on here is called Bad World. It's probably mine and some of my other friends too. I don't know what she likes though, so it's changed a lot, but that's not necessarily bad because the lyrics sound a lot more well. I don't know when the first one was done. It was quite a while ago, so like Benn couldn't do as good as takes as he can now, and it's really good. I think like everything about it is good. The instruments are redone. All the songs that feature on here, apart from Ascend and Deadhead, have been redone or brand new, so it's sure interesting to see the contrast. I prefer the original, but that's just because like it's grown on me. I've listened to it so much now. It was probably the song that I found to find out 2 Down. It was either that or Worlds Collide, and it's changed a lot, but it's good. Like most of the album, or all of the album actually, but that's just my opinion. Some people don't like the heavy side of Zombies, which I think is just stupid. I mean, how can you not like it? It's amazing. But yeah, next track. The next song on here is Worlds Collide. Everyone's heard it. I mean, it's one of their most popular songs. I think Benn said it sold 1 million copies on iTunes, so I'm guessing a lot of people know it. If you don't know it, I don't know if you've been, unless you're new, but no, you can hear it. But it's a lot different. There's no auto-tune now. It's just a load of good takes snippet together. It's really heavy now. They've changed it completely, and in my opinion it's for the better, because some people like the original a lot, but I'm not. I like the original, but seeing what they could have done, it's changed it a lot in my opinion. The next song is called Deadhead. It's quite an old song. It was written, I think, don't quote me on this, about someone turning into a zombie. It mostly sounds like it, so this song coming up the stairs, I can smell it. And it's really heavy. It's the heaviest zombie song like made before this album. I don't know what the heaviest one is on here, but there's someone coming up the stairs. There's someone coming up the stairs. It hasn't changed at all. It's exactly the same, but it's still good. The final track on Benn's Zombie album is called The Divider, which is the second part of The Divided, which is about Sam and Maxis, and if you don't know who they are, you probably shouldn't be buying this album, but it's a very piano-driven song. It's got guitars in, not much lyrics, and most of it is just thunder and lightning, to be honest, to be perfectly blunt about it. But like 3 minutes before the end, it plays Game Over, and if you don't know that song, I'll probably put an annotation up, I don't know, but it's probably signifying like the end of the world if you're putting it in that way, because the whole entire album is just a big story, or a way of telling a story, which it's supposed to be, because it's about zombies, and it's telling a story about zombies, of course. And to sum up, this album is probably one of the best albums out there, and I'm not getting paid to say this, by the way. If I was, that'd be good, but I'm not. So it's definitely worth $7.99, I think. Yeah, it's $7.99 for 17 tracks, or 12 if you're gonna be like that. But I do highly recommend buying this album, because if you're into metal, it's probably your taste. So. But I do recommend listening to the whole entire album in one sitting if you really want to get the story out of it. But if you just like a song too, you don't have to. But it's been 6 months in the making, I think. But it's very good, and I highly suggest that you buy it.